BBC News with Eileen McHugh. President Zelensky says the Ukrainian flag is again flying in the strategically important town of Liman in Donetsk, a day after Vladimir Putin declared the eastern Ukrainian region would be Russian forever. Mr. Zelensky said fighting was still going on, although the Kremlin insists all its troops have pulled out. Kiev says many Russian soldiers were killed or taken prisoner. A Russian-appointed official says an explosion and fire at a military airfield in occupied Crimea were caused by a plane skidding off the runway and exploding. Mikhail Razvozhayev said the pilot managed to escape. There was no independent verification of this. Burkina Faso's deposed leader has called on his rivals to come to their senses and avoid infighting after Friday's coup. Lieutenant Colonel Paul-Henri Damiba, who took power in another military takeover earlier this year, was making his first statement since being overthrown. Mr. Damiba denied he had taken refuge at a French military base. President Biden has announced that Venezuela has released 7 American citizens detained by the government of President Nicolas Maduro. Among them are 5 former executives of Venezuela's US-based oil company Citgo, who were jailed 5 years ago, accused of terrorism. In exchange, Mr. Biden has agreed to release 2 relatives of Mr. Maduro who are in prison in the US. The 2 frontrunners in Brazil's presidential election have held their final rallies ahead of Sunday's vote. President Jair Bolsonaro led thousands of his supporters on a motorbike ride through Sao Paulo. The left-wing former leader, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, took part in a march that ended in the city's financial district. And as the clean-up operation after Hurricane Ian gets underway in Florida, the number of deaths has been rising. The authorities in Lee County say at least 35 people have died there. BBC News.